Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Sword and Sorcery Immortal Souls, where we're doing Quest 1 of Act 1, the Prologue, and we've sort of cracked on a bit. We've got out of the Resurrection Shrine, we've walked down a few corridors, we've bumped into a few gremlins, we've killed a few gremlins, we're just trying to make our way to the market square of the town, and from there we're going to try and get to the cathedral. And unfortunately we've had 3 gremlins pop up behind us that we're going to have to sort of deal with, and we're going to do that this episode with any luck. But before then, yes, we've got some corrections, and what it is I keep forgetting about the blue gremlin and his spines. Well, I don't always forget about it. When I do forget about it, it's when I kill one, because I automatically think, oh right, it's dead, and I move on. But its spines are a reaction, so it still fires its spines off, and I've kept forgetting to do it. And I forgot to do it twice last turn. Now, it doesn't affect Icarus, because he has 2 armour, and the spines do 2 damage, so he's able to absorb that. But fortunately, Thorgar has been knocking around with Icarus, and he has only got 1 armour. So what we've got to do is we've got to roll blue dice for Thorgar to see if he got hit by a spine. So remember, as far as Thorgar goes, on a blue dice, if he gets a shield, he's fine. And also if he gets a lightning bolt, because his studded leather armour has a lightning bolt condition, which means he gets +1 armour. So let's see if he can avoid those 2 damage. First one, and he gets a shield. So he avoided the first one, and next one, he gets another shield. So that's 2 shields in a row. So we're fine. He didn't get hit, and everything is honky-dory. Right, I think that's it for corrections, so we can move right on into episode 3 and the time phase. And here we are at the time phase. Icarus, Thorgar and Lagon. Well, not a great deal's happened. So we don't have to refresh anything. There's no upkeep. We're not levelling anybody up. So just show you a quick few pictures of their player trays. And then what we'll do is we'll get straight into the battle phase. Well, that was a very quick time phase, wasn't it? I'm sure we'll start using more powers and things, and we'll level up soon. We'll get there eventually. We do have 2 soul shards, so we're nearly there. Right, battle phase. What are we going to do? Well, having a battle sounds like a good idea. We can't really leave these gremlins behind us, I don't think. Now, fortunately, we're in a position where we can get into this tile, which, remember, is difficult terrain. We can get in there with 1 movement, so that's good. And I think what we'll do is we'll have Icarus go first. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and he's going to attack. Now, I think he is going to attack the green gremlin. Let's get rid of these easy ones first, and then we'll concentrate on the blue one. Right, green gremlin. Let's attack. And the reason we're going with Icarus first is he does have the best armour. So if he ends up taking 3 attacks, he's got the best chance of avoiding something nasty. Right, so he's going to attack this green goblin. And it's got no armour, so it's just a question of we try and cause it some significant problems with our broadsword, I think. Now, they are controlling the square. So there are 3 of them, and there's only 2 of Icarus, because he's got Mighty Presence. They are controlling the square, but they're not dominating the square. That's another good reason to have Icarus go first. He's going to use his broadsword. Remember, it's still night, so we're going to get -1 hit here. And yes, we're just going to be rolling 2 red dice. But, oh, just before we do then, we've got an action. So we're going to focus, and that's going to give us +1 hit. It's going to get offset by the knight. So, hopefully, what we'll do now is, with these 2 red dice, we'll get some hits. Let's have a go. And that is bad news to start with, because those double S's, they're Zilcho. They only kick in for in rare occurrences, so that's bad. We do have a hit and a lightning bolt. Let's check the broadsword again. And a lightning bolt gives us +1 hit. So we're going to do that. So that's 2 hits. And we're going to re-roll this one. And the reason we're re-rolling this one is because of Thorgar. Thorgar has a passive, which is Divine Aid, and he's within 3 range. So once per round, the target hero can re-roll up to 1 die per soul rank divided by 2. Soul rank's 1, divided by 2 is 0.5, rounded up is 1. So we will be able to re-roll this baby. Come on. Yes, another hit. So we've got another hit there. We've got a star, but that doesn't actually do anything. So the fact that anti-magic wins in play, the star doesn't do anything anyway. So that is 3 hits in total. 1, 2, and the lightning bolt. Remember, we focused, that offset knight. 3 hits is good enough to kill this boy. And that will be this fellow on the left-hand side. So we've killed this boy, and we get a soul shard. So we will discard him. We will pick out a soul shard, and we now have 3. Woohoo! We only need 1 more to level up. That is it for Icarus, apart from the fact, yes, he's got to draw an encounter card. We have 2 enemies with him, but remember, now it's 2 versus 2. So nobody's controlling that square. The encounter card is Close Combat. Activate all engaged enemies. Well, that's easy. It's all of these guys. So first of all, we'll have the blue one go first because it's the toughest. And it is going to attack with its claws. So let's just have a look at the map scroll. Yes, we're at 0, attack with claws, and it's 2 red dice minus 1 armour. So he's only got 1 armour for this attack. 2 red dice. And, oh, that's worked out pretty well for us. There are 2, oh, I keep forgetting to get rid of those. 2 lightning bolts, but the lightning bolts don't do anything. And 1 hit here. So he's able to stop that with his armour, so that's cool. The blue gremlin has missed. Then it's the green gremlin. This is exactly the same. It's 2 red dice, but it's not minus 1 armour this time. So he's got both of his armour. And that's good, because there were 2 hits. But his armour prevents both of those, because he's got 2 armour. And he comes away unscathed. What a star Icarus is. That is it for his activation. Next up, we will have Thorgar. And here we are with Thorgar. So move that over there. He's going to go 1, 2, and get stuck in as well. And he is also going to attack the green goblin. Gremlin, sorry, not a goblin. It's going to attack the green gremlin because if we start attacking the blue one, we get all the spines, laughter. So we don't want that. Not yet anyway. We'll kill the blue goblin last. So it's going to attack the green goblin. We need 3 hits. We are now controlling the square, but we're not dominating it, so we don't get +1. However, he is going to use an action to focus, so that will offset the knight effect. And he rolls 2 blue and 2 red, and we need 3 hits. And what do we get? We get a shield, which is no good. We get a hit, which is good. We get another hit with a lightning bolt. And we get one of those doubled snake things, which isn't anything. But I think the lightning bolt will help us out. Let's have a look at the battle hammer. And, oh no, it doesn't. We needed 2 lightning bolts. So we've got 2 hits, but we could KO. I don't think we've got a reroll because we just used it. So, has anybody else got a reroll? I don't think they have. So what we're going to do is we're going to knock it over. So he's knocked over. And he gets 2 hits on him. So there we go. So unfortunately we weren't able to polish him off. Damn it! So that is unfortunate. But we've still got Lagon to go. And if he attacks him because he's been knocked over, then hopefully, mind you, it just means they'll be dominating, because if he's knocked over, he doesn't count as being in the space, I believe. So that should make it easier for Lagon if he wants to make a ranged attack. Right, so what we've got to do is pull another encounter card. There are enemies on the board. We have Troop Assault. Activate all green enemies. Well, I think activating the green enemy, I'll have to check this, but I think that just means he stands up. I'll just check that, won't be a moment. Yes, it does stand up and it acts as normal. So I think the only way it wouldn't attack during an activation is if it was stunned. And it wasn't stunned, it was just knocked out and it's got up. So it's going to attack, and it is going to attack Icarus. Now it would normally attack the person with most crowns, which is Lagon, but he's not in the same tile. So it will attack Icarus, and it gets 2 red dice. And it gets a couple of lightning bolts, which don't help it out at all, and 1 hit. So that is safely absorbed by Icarus. There we are. That is the end of Thorgar's activation. Next up, it is Lagon. And here we are with Lagon. Now, bad news regarding line of sight. Heroes don't block other heroes, so you think, oh yes, you can hit him easy. And normally that would be the case, but unfortunately the blue gremlin is in the area as well, and it's a different, though it's a gremlin, it's a blue gremlin, it's not a green one. And I think that counts as a different enemy. If it's a different enemy, then it will block line of sight. Yes, if those were 2 green gremlins, then we'd be fine, we could attack. But the blue gremlin is getting in the way and affecting line of sight, I believe. So I don't think we can attack. Let me know if I'm wrong or right with that. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. We'll just carry on. But yeah, let me know. But I do think because the blue gremlin is different from the green gremlin, it stops line of sight. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to have Lagon move, and he's going to move here into where this waypoint is. So we've got to flip this over. We'll flip it over, and we've got waypoint 4. Hopefully this isn't the bad one. I believe one of these is bad. So we've got waypoint 4, so we'll have a look at the Book of Secrets. We want 1.4. Oh no, 1.5 is the section, which is, can we see it? I don't think we can. Oh, hang on. I'll just read it out. It's just because of the length of the actual book. I can't get it to show. So I'll just read it out instead. Section 1.5, waypoint 4. An errant vendor escorted by 2 guards asks for your attention. War is my business, and judging by your equipment, you need my services, don't you? Yep, you could say that. So any hero moving over this waypoint can visit the Emporium by spending an action. That is what we will do. So we've moved 1. We're going to do a bit of Emporium shopping. How much money have we got? We've got 65. I think we need weapons, so I'll just No, those are general stuff. These are the weapons. So I'm just going to have a quick look through these and I'll be back in a moment. And I'm back. And what we're going to take is we're going to take a long sword for 25. And we are also going to take a long bow for 35. And that is going to cost us 60. But the long bow is much better than his short bow. So obviously he's going to equip that. Oh no, I think equipping is an action, so he'll do that next turn. He'll put it into his backpack. He can carry 3 things in his backpack, so he's got a long sword, a long bow and a dirk in there at the moment. And that long sword he's obviously going to give to Icarus because it's better than his broadsword. And that is going to cost us 60 crowns, which I'm just going to get here. So 60 crowns, and he has done a little bit of shopping. What's he going to do now? Well, he's going to complete his movement by going back here for that was 2 movement out of his 3, and I think as a free action he's now going to drop the longsword. It's just an easier way for Icarus to get it. If we were to trade, that'd cost an action. But if he drops it here, then Icarus can eventually move here and pick it up for a free action. So I think that's a better way of dealing with that. And next turn, hopefully, he'll be able to use his action to get rid of the short bow and equip the longbow he's just bought. So I think that's it for Lagon. So that means we've still got to pull an encounter card because we've got 2 enemies on the board. And Dirty Blow. Activate all dexterity enemies. These are both dexterity enemies. Again, because none of these guys have got crowns, both of them are going to attack Icarus. And the blue is going to attack Icarus. He's going to get rid of one of his armour. And he's going to attack with 2 reds because he's attacking with claws. And he gets 2 hits, which is bad news because we're going to have to roll a blue die. We need a shield, or let's have a look. Yes, we need a shield. So come on, shield. You can do it, Icarus. No. Ooh. So he failed. He will take 1 damage, which will put him down to 5. So there we go. He's at 5 health. Not too bad. But it may get significantly worse because now it's the green gremlin's attack. The green gremlin also gets 2 red die, but he has his 2 armour this time. And he whiffed with that. And he got 2 hits with that, but as I say, he's back up to 2 armour. The green gremlin does not have a -1 armour ability, so he manages to fend that one off. So he only took 1 damage, that's not too bad. He's down to 5 health. That is it for the enemies. That is it for the battle phase. Next up is the event phase. And here we are at the event phase. So the first thing we do is get rid of anti-magic wind. Well, we don't get rid of it, we flip it. Oh, no, yes, we do. We get rid of it, we'll put it at the back. No! Don't look at those. It goes behind lost treasure. And we're just ready to flip that over in the event phase next turn. And I believe that is it. There's nothing else to do in the event phase. So let's get on with the next round and the time phase. And here we are at the time phase. Just a couple of changes. Icarus is obviously on 5 health. Thorgar's pretty much the same. And that means the only update we've really got to make is to Lagon. Lagon has obviously the longbow there, and he's also dropped a longsword. So that's it. Battle phase. And here we are at the battle phase. So we had a little bit to talk about in the time phase, but not a great deal. Once we get more powers and we've leveled up a bit, then the time phase will probably have a bit more to it. But as it stands, we're in a new round, and it's the battle phase. Who is going to go first? Well, Icarus is going to go first. Nobody is controlling that area, unfortunately, and it's still night time. So what he's going to do for his first action is he's going to focus. That will offset the nighttime penalty, and then he's going to attack with 2 dice. 2 red dice for his broadsword, and he's attacking the green gremlin, and we get 2 hits, and that is enough because it's already got 2 health on it. So we have killed the green gremlin. That will give us 5 crowns. We're not going to pick that up. We'd rather have Lagon pick that up, or Thorgar at a pinch. So we'll take the crowns, pop that there, and we'll get rid of him. So we've attacked and we have killed. We are now dominating this area. And we could evade now, I think, and do a runner, or is evade an action? I think evade's an action, so we can't because we focused, didn't we? But he's not going to move. We'll keep him there because we want his mighty presence for Thorgar. And what we'll do is, yeah, he's not going to do anything else. He's not going to bother picking up that coin, for example. So, yeah, that's it for Icarus's turn. Let's move on to Thorgar. Hello, made an error. It's me from the future. Noticed it in editing. I've just put some things back roughly where they were. We had Icarus and we had Thorgar, and we were fighting the green and blue goblin. Icarus had just killed the green goblin, and then I went straight on to Thorgar. That is incorrect, because we still have an enemy and he should have pulled an encounter. Now, I've pulled some encounters after this, yeah? So it's out of whack, but in order just to get it back on, just accept the fact that I forgot, and we're just going back to do it, because otherwise he'd have missed an activation, the one at the end of Icarus's round. So activate one enemy. Yeah, so we're just going to activate him. He's going to attack Icarus, obviously, and that means 2 red dice. And he gets double lightning bolts, which don't do anything, and 2 hits, which do something, because he's got -1 armor, hasn't he? Because it's a claw attack. So we're going to have to roll a blue dice, and we need a shield is what we need, and we don't get one. So he's took an extra damage. He's now on 4 damage at this point. Yes, he may lose some more going forwards. You will have to keep watching to find out. But yes, he's on 4 damage. He took a damage there. I did forget to pull an encounter card here. So that encounter card's slightly out of order because we're going to pull some. But as it activated the enemy anyway, I think that's fair enough. Okay, back to your normal programming. And here we are with Thorgar. And, oh, can get rid of that, can't I? Should have popped that over here, the discard. Now, Thorgar is going to attack the blue gremlin. And this time we're dominating, so we get +1. His action is going to focus, so that's +2. We're going to lose 1 because of the night effect, so he's got 1 hit on the blue gremlin already. We need 4 to kill it. He gets 2 red dice and 2 blue for his battle hammer. And we want to see hits. And we do see hits. So that's 1 and a lightning bolt. We have a hit and a star, which doesn't do anything, but we have 2 hits here. So that is 4 hits already. And we have a shield, but that doesn't matter. We've got 4 hits, and we've got 1 extra for dominating. Remember, he focused and offset the knight. So that is a death. Death to the gremlin. We kill the gremlin. It will drop 10 crowns. Pop that there. And we can get rid of the model. And this time, yay, I'll remember his spines do go off. He did take damage, so his spines go off. He attacks both of these guys with 2 damage. Icarus has 2 armour, so he's fine. But poor old Thorgar only has 1 armour, unfortunately. So he has got to roll a blue dice. We'll roll this shield here. Hopefully we get another shield. Ooh, and we didn't get a lightning bolt either. He can use his reroll. So he's going to reroll with Divine Aid. And same thing, we need a shield or we need a lightning bolt. And we got exactly the same. Damn it. So he too goes down to 5 health. Not too bad. I think we can live with that. Is he going to pick those coins up? No, he... Oh. He is. He's going to use a free action to pick these coins up. I think he'll try and transfer them to Lagon at some point. So he's got 15. If that was just a normal tile, I'd have probably left them there and had Lagon go and pick them up. But it does cost 2 movement points to get in there, which is a bit of a bummer. So yes, we'll do it that way. Now, we still have movement with Thorgar. He's killed the gremlin, so he can move now. It's only 1 to move out of here. It's 2 to move in, but it's 1 to move out. So he's going to go 1, 2. And he is going to meet up with Lagon. There we are. I'm just going to check if transferring money is a free action. And I'm back. Yes, it's an action. So he can use that next turn. Yep, that's fine. And next turn we'll also have Icarus. He'll come up here, pick up that longsword, I think. We're not going to move him any further. We'll just leave it at that. And that is the end of the battle phase. Next up, it is the event phase. No, it isn't. What am I talking about? We've still got Lagon to go, haven't we? So I think Lagon as an action can actually, yes, because Lagon's got an action, so he's going to exchange items. And what he's going to exchange is, he's going to take the 15 off Thorgar. Now he's got to change these 2 5s for a 10 crown. So there you go. You've got to have the highest denomination coins that you can. So we've got 20 crowns. And give those to Lagon. And yeah, he was going to equip his longbow, wasn't he? But I'd prefer for him to actually have the cash. Or should he put his longbow? You know what? Forget that. We'll put the 15... The 15 crowns haven't come from Thorgar. Yes, I think we can always do that start of next turn. Yeah, what we're going to have happen is Lagon is going to get rid of his short bow. He's going to put that in his backpack. And he's going to equip his longbow. That's what he's going to do for his action. Apologies, we've had a slight change of heart. So he equips his longbow. And is he going to move? No, I think he's going to stay where he is. And we probably could have had him pick up the crowns, couldn't we? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but it is a spawn point as well. Yeah, if we just move Icarus out of the way. There is a spawn point. I don't want anything spawning on him. And they would attack him because he's got the, you know, he's got crowns. So if it was between him and Icarus, who they attacked, they'd attack him. And I don't want that because he's not as tough as Icarus is. So yes, we'll leave it at that. Now we could move up here and trigger the story event, but again, that could be nasty. We could get a load of enemies on the board and he's stuck up there on his own. So we're not going to do that. He's just going to stay where he is. That is it for Lagon. And now it is the event phase. And here we are at the event phase. So that means all we do is flip this over and we get Carnage. Oh dear. Until next event phase, the first attack of each hero and enemy inflicts critical. Ooh. And we've got to spawn. Yes, we've got to spawn the heroes minus the monsters, so that's 3. 3 minus 0 is 3, and minus 1, so we've got to spawn 2 enemies up here. So it's a good job we didn't send Lagon up there. Well thought out, Paul, but poor old Icarus is going to have to deal with him. So we'll plonk him there, and again, out of this horrible grotty hole, 2 gremlins are going to crawl out. The first one is going to be this one, which we know is going to be blue, and it is, and it's got an enemy power. So that is going to get assigned to Icarus. Let's pull the power. It has all attacks, melee attacks, inflict -1. Ooh, and it's a blue as well. So he's going to have no armour against this blue one. And if we get a gremlin symbol on the dice, it's an area of effect for the whole of that tile. Fortunately, we haven't got any other heroes in there, so that's okay, because he's got a sonic weapon. Dun, dun, dun. Right, so he's going to be a bit of a pain next turn, is he not? And we've got to pull another enemy, so bit of a shuffle. And what we'll do is top card 1 to 2, second card 3 to 4, last card will be 5 to 6. Let's get a die. A 1, so it's going to be the top card. And what do we get? A green. Yes! We've got a green, and it's a soul shard enemy as well, so that's 2 soul shard enemies. We will put that with Thorgar. That goes back in there. And it doesn't get an enemy power or anything. So we've got a green and a blue. Menacing Icarus. So there we go. He'll have to polish them off if he can. We'll probably have to have Thorgar going back, which is a bit of a menace. But at least they won't be dominating. They count as 2 figures, he counts as 2 figures because of his mighty presence. So the tile isn't controlled or dominated. And hopefully he can get rid of that green one. And then we can concentrate on the blue one. But yeah, we're going to have to sort of get this way. And otherwise we're going to run out of event cards. I think we're alright for the moment. But the sooner that we can move on, the better. Okay, at least we know we're not going to get any nasty surprises in the event phase next turn, because we'll just turn that over. So hopefully we won't get a spawn like we've just got, and it will allow us to move into the market square. Alright, so I think we've done 2 turns there, and we shall call it a day. We've done pretty well. We've done a bit of shopping, we've killed some more gremlins, we got another soul shard, we're nearly up to levelling up. We've got some better weapons. We're gonna have to we've equipped one of them. Lagon's managed to equip the longbow, but there's a longsword lay on the ground there that is waiting for Icarus. Perhaps we could have Thorgar pick it up. Go there. No, we'll just kill these first. We'll have a lot of messing around, picking and equipping weapons after we get rid of the gremlins, I think. Alright, so as far as our travelling along the board, we're about halfway there. And I think there'll probably be some fun and games in the market square. We do have that other waypoint in there. Now I know that's a bad one. I know there's a good one and a bad one. So, but we'll pick it up anyway, because as you know, I like to role play my games, and they wouldn't know it's a bad one. I only know it's a bad one because I saw a playthrough about a year ago at Collins at One Stop Coat Shop, and he mentioned it was a bad one. So, so probably something going to go wrong there. But you know, if we can get a Cardus up there, he does have 2 armour. He's the guy to deal with it, I think. And I hate leaving things, you know, on the board unexplored. And you can't quite see it either. There is there's some sort of stash or something in one of the corners as well that needs looking at. So we'll do our best and we'll see what we can do. But as it is, for this episode, for episode 3, that's your lot. So I do hope you will join me for episode 4. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the views. Thank you for all the subscriptions and for all the likes and the dislikes. As I say, even the dislikes, you're still watching. So thank you very much for that. Anybody who's been across to Board Game Links to upvote the site, as ever, thank you very much. And exactly the same for everybody at BGG who's liked the video threads there, or made a comment, or dropped Geek Gold, anything like that. Thank you, you're all fabulous. Thank you for all the help and support as ever. And if, yes, I've made a mistake, forgot about bloody blue gremlin spines or something else that I've missed, please let me know. I did ask a question during this episode, so if you've got an answer for that, please let me know. As it was, I erred on the side of, yeah, it was the line of sight question, wasn't it? So I just decided not to fire. But if you could have done, please let me know, and then I will know for the future. Alright, so I think that is it. So there's only one thing left to do, and that's for me to say toodaloo.